Hey everybody, it's April. Guess who hasn't planked in 2 days? That's right, it would be me. But I'm going to get right back at it. And today I want to talk about how you should start anywhere. You just need to get started. So I'm going to start on hands today and then switch around a little bit and then we'll see how it goes. So if you're starting on hands, start in your table position, pull your shoulders down your back, then lift your upper back, lift your chest toward the ceiling, pull in your belly, come up on your toes, shift your weight forward slightly, and the timer has begun. And then once you're in your plank, do all of that again. So press into the floor again, separate your shoulders, pull in your belly, tighten up your glutes, press your heels back. So you're looking for that nice long line. And remember, your gaze is just out in front of your fingertips. I noticed in class the other day, we were planking, and there were several people looking with their chin to their chest, and that's not what you're wanting. You're wanting this nice long line. Your neck should be right in line with your spine. We're at 32 seconds, by the way. And I keep getting hair in my mouth. And so you're not crunching your neck or your chin toward your chest. That's putting pressure on your neck. And you don't want to look up either. So it's just nice and neutral. And while I'm planking, I still come back to pulling in my belly again, pressing into the floor, making sure my shoulder blades aren't coming together. We're already coming up on a minute, so I'm going to switch to my forearms. You can switch if you like, or you can stay wherever you were. Pulling your shoulder blades, or separating your shoulders, pulling in your belly, tightening up your glutes. And remember, whenever you come into forearm plank, sometimes it's real easy to let your hips sag or to have them up in the air. And you don't want that. You're looking for that long line. And the best way to do that is to really separate shoulders, pull in your belly, tighten up your glutes. 130. It's also good to have your camera on so you can see yourself, or have someone else watching you, like a yoga instructor or a friend, someone who knows what a plank is supposed to look like. So what I wanted to talk about getting started. So if you are new to plank and you think, oh, I don't think I can plank longer than 15 seconds or 10 seconds or however long, that's okay. You just need to get started. 2 minutes. I'm switching to my hands and I'm going to lift a leg. Remember, when you're lifting, you're not arching your back. You're still keeping that nice plank, pulling in your belly, keeping your hips level. This just adds a little more to it. It also helps psychologically because you'll hold that one side for 30 seconds and then you get to switch, which you can switch anytime you want, but you want to try to do it on the 30-second mark, which we're at 2:30 now, or at the minute mark. Otherwise, you're just switching the whole time, and that's not really holding. And whenever you switch, you need to go back to your good form again, pulling in your belly, tightening up your glutes. We got it going on. When we get to 3, I'm going to switch to side plank on my forearm. Anyway, so if you get started, the only way you're going to know, though, how long you can plank is to just get started. Just start doing it. Time yourself. 3 minutes. I'm going to come back on my forearm and do side plank. Remember, whenever you do side plank, you're lifting your hips. You can stack your feet or bring top foot in front of you. If you absolutely need to bring your knee down, you can, but make sure you stay nice and lifted out of that bottom shoulder. Pressing the sole of your bottom foot toward the floor. Okay, so let's say you get started and you can do 10 seconds. And maybe you can hold a few seconds longer. That's good. That's your starting point. That's where you begin. And then you keep going. Oh, we're at 3:34. Whoopsie. Flip my hair around, switch sides, and now I can't even see the stopwatch. Okay, there we go. But you have to start. You have to start somewhere. If you start practicing yoga, you know what? You're not going to know the poses. If you do hot yoga, it's going to be really hard for you. That's okay. You get started. And then you keep going and you keep doing it. And you use that starting point. We're at 4 minutes. I'm going to end on a forearm plank. So if you change positions, make sure you have your good form. Oh, now I'm out of breath. So wherever you get started, though, that's your starting point. And then you know what you want to do. You have your goal to do a little bit more, maybe. Just keep, or maybe you just want to stay where you are. but you got started and you're doing it. You're doing something. I got to turn a little bit. I'm too far away. And we're at 4:32. But that's the only way you're going to do it is if you get started. You can't wait for something special to happen before you start. Just start. And you may not be where you want to be. That's okay. That's what happens when you get started. You have that starting point, and then you build on it, and then you get better and stronger or faster if you're running. Or Steve Austin. Does anybody know who Steve Austin is? And 5 minutes, I'm going to hold a few seconds longer. When I started planking, I planked for a minute, and then I just started building on it, and I kept going. But I got started, and that's what you have to do, is just tell yourself, I'm starting today, not tomorrow, or I'm not going to start when I have appropriate clothing or whatever. Obviously, if you're doing an outdoor sport in the winter, you will need some warm clothing. But don't let those things be excuses. Just get started. Just do it. Have a great day.